So let's just revisit, just looking at Oiseh at the top. So the pula of the Baruch at the Psicha, that it's through Chachma, that there shouldn't be Yenika, Hirak ba'olam atzilus. What does that mean? The Shaykh a Yenika, this is based on the previous Maimon. No, actually not. It's just in the code that Chachma.
There's three footnotes to the previous Maimon.
Yeah, but that's only like it's only like Gabi Chachma. Chachma dominates Atzilus, so there shouldn't be Indika Hirak ba'olam Atzilus, and ba'olam Atzilus is enough to start with Baruch, and this way the Chitzonim will not be able to get a Indika from Chashecha Ka'ira. That means that on the level of Atzilus, there, Chitzonim shouldn't have a Yenik. No need for Chaysem, because the Chaysem is Rebbe Tzimtzumim. And in Atzilus, there is not Rebbe Tzimtzumim, Le'egur Chara. So the problem there is not because of Rebbe Tzimtzumim. The problem there is the other extreme, Kachashecha Ka'ira. So there we have to bavoden. We have to bavoden the Vibalt as Atzilus is what's he saying? Atzilus is being Mekabel a level Kachashecha Ka'ira. It should only be Atzilus it's Mekabel and not Klippet. What's health the sons? That's not the Tachlis Kavan, it's not Elam Atzilus, but Dir B'Tachtoinim. And Elam Asiyah, which is Elam Klippus, Rishayim Gavrin Boy. So now we need a Chaysim Baruch. Shaliga Beizah, meaning that even as the Ribash Lamata means Pasha a lot of bracha, Gashmis. A lot of bracha and Ashirus, that's what it means, that here shouldn't be a Nikeh Chitzayim. So you have to have the Chaysim Baruch. Okay? So the Pesayach Baruch is what? In the Darek of Chashecha Ka'ira, it should be Nimshech, where in Kedusha only. Kedusha means Elam Atzilus. But that's not enough because the Kavan is that this Arich Anpin, this Chashecha Ka'ira, should be Nimshech Lamata and Elam Hazeh and manifest itself in Riba Yashpa, but Gashmi is Pasha. And here again, there could be what in the Gechitzonim because of the Tzimtzumim, it's Davar Gashmi. It comes down into Dvarim Gashmi. So here needs a wall, a Chassim Baruch that Klippa shouldn't get. And this is similar to Purim. The Tabas and the Chaysim of the Melech was taken from Haman because Haman could in theory have this Yindik of Ashirus and wealth and power of Chulu, and it's given to Mordechai. Beis Haman Asati the Mordechai. That's the remez of the Chsima of Beis, of Baruch. Fine. Right, so far. We just have to understand the Omen. So let's go further. He said, what we do know about Omen is that Omen is the Amshach of Anoichi. Our question right now is, that level is the level of Chashecha Ka'ira. So what is Amen adding? Baruch makes sure that there's no Yenika mitzad the Makif, and that's the Pesach, and the Chsima makes sure there's no Yenika when it comes down the Mata with Riba Gashmis. So let's go further. Let's make it get clear. So V'zeh Inyan Shagul Yarin. Shagul Yarin Mizgadim B'Milchama. So the Gul Yarin, that's the soldiers, they agitate, they start the war, and the Giboidim go down. And it could be there's also diak that they go down mamish. That's when Namshachas Lamata. Okay, we'll see. The Noitzchin and they effect victory. What's the first war? The first war is because of Chashecha Ka'ira. Arich Ampin, there shouldn't be a Yenika to the Chitzonim. That's already taken care of by the Mevorach. That Hamshacha should be in Kedusha, not elsewhere, from this transcendent level of Arich. Baruch took care of that. Ella, so now comes the Uft of the Omein, which then is going to come out, is equal to the Chsimba in Baruch. So if you say, if a bracha has the Chsimba, that's already the Omein. Let's go further. What's the Gemav Nitzachim Melchama? That's the Giborim Yoredim. Tachlis HaKavon is what Yoredim. Tachlis HaKavon is what does that mean? A yid should have ashiras and wealth and health and all the inyanim bafloga. That's the tachlis. Shagam b'ribe ashpa lemata b'yoser. Ribe ashpa means begashmis. Like tiye yenika l'chitzonim, that this shouldn't be yenika l'chitzonim. Of course, the gashmis, the gashpa is the ruchnis the hamshocha, but it's manifest in Gashmis. I didn't say it's done by the Chsim of Baruch. They one and the same thing, unless we'll discover otherwise. Now he says it's done by the Omein. Omein Aleph. Omein is Aleph. So Omein says what's happening here, what's being disgalish. This is a giloi that's hiding inside the shtalshalos, and how is it manifest? Therefore, in the ribui bracha lamata, gashmis hashpa shal yodo nasa nitzochen. It's the omein that does the nitzochen, and that's the giborim. K'mavua behemshach mambarim b'maylula shebishvil inan nitzochen yesh lebizbez ha'itres. This is the ribui hashpa lamata. Not just Gashmis, but also you have to also add very critically that Ashpola, that's Chassidus Pashat is Gala, that was Megala, the Pnimis HaTorah on a level unrevealed till now. There shouldn't be Yenika there too. That's the whole reason why Chassidus Bachlal, Pnimis HaTorah wasn't revealed. Because it's tremendous Giloi and it's not used properly. It's a Yenika and there's all kinds of damage. But that's what's happening now, because business that was till now was hidden and sealed from any eye to see it even. What does it mean it can't be seen? Because it's hiding in Shtalshalos. It's in Shalomai Lagam in Shtalshalos. Shemishom Nimshach Liya is Chaysim Bebaruch. That from there should be nimshach the chaysim bebaruch. Yeah. So this hamshacha comes with the chsima. With the hamshacha comes a boundary. Shagam b'riba yashbal lamata layiga b'zod. Even when it comes down lamata, so no foreigner has it. Not Hammam, it goes to Mordechai. So v'zehu she'o'ina omen l'kayim amesis habracha. Like Rashi explains, that saying omen makes the bracha endure and declares its truth. The Gemara says in Shabbos, the emes echisam shel HaKadosh Baruch. Emes, Hashem's seal is emes because Hashem is nitzchias, past, present, and future, and that's the Aleph. From Aleph till Tov and Mem, the center of the Oisius. Shas Chalosis, it goes on to say, the Aleph is B'Tov. So what's the end? Emes starts with an Aleph, that's a Remesh Shemeire Alam Shochem Chinasar Champim Shalamali Medida Vakbala. So the Omein conveys that what are we getting here? Am Shocha from Arachampin Hayden Akbala. That's Matbeya Kotzer, which means Lamaila with the Kalim are very small because the Gil is very great. Emes, Omein means that it comes all the way down, Kivishim Shechas, above Chol Arichos, the stage the Shtalshalos, but this is now coming down. Matbeya Oruch. Matbeya Orach means the second bracha. So Omein equals second bracha. Clear. Ad lemata mata b'seifa kol dargin. Shegam shom yeh ti amshocha v'efen sheyesh b'ay achosem shel yiga b'zor. So there too, when the amshocha comes in a way of Gashmi, the tremendous ashpa Gashmi is that it should only go in the mokim of Kedusha. Here, lemata, that's emes, all the way down, that's the second baruch. Let me just, for a moment, glance at the summary by our dear friends who make these memorim. Here's that. Kalmanson.
I think the summary is written by Kaplan from Zalman's oldest brother.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, we can rely on his understanding too. So let me just see here. Oh, yeah, he says what we just see at the end. The Milas in the Omen al Mavarach, Shalchep Sicher Beborach Tiam Shachar Shal Maila Mishtarshtos, Magmak Shavi Gang Man Tzachim Bam Mazeh, Sheitia Yinika Gam Tzadib Betzizum Al Derech HaChaysim Beborach. So okay, we're on track. Good. So Zel Sha'omin Begematria Havaya Adna is Omen is Begematria of 26, and Adna is what? Heading up to 91. Shalem is al Yichud Yilov Yichud Tato. So the Begematria of both of them, because Havaya is Yichud Yilov and Adna is Yichud Tato. Not only Lamaila in Atzilus should be Dam Shocher of Arichampin, Elagam Bichud Tato. Even down here, that's the Adnai. Tiam Shocher Beifer Shliga Beizor. That's the Amen. The Chsima Bebaruch. That it should come down, Ashpa Gashmius, Beriboy V'chulu, and where only to Ayid in Kedusha. Okay, no more explanation now on Avodah. I don't think there's any more beer coming on the Indian. Beer Indian, but this is Adam, the Nebel and Shom Atzmin. What's left to be explained actually is it looks like it will come out in the Avodah. Is why are we b'chal concerned with Atzilus? But the whole Kavanah is only the matter. Obviously, it's all integrated. There's no matter without Maila. But it's more than that. That's why it explains in Avodah there's two aspects. In Avodah Hashem, is avoid into the mitzvahs and the ruchnius, and there's avoid the begashmius. That's the atzilus avoid and avoid the lamata, and both in the geya. Let's see. Dina and neshama atzmen itzichetik and neshama doesn't need to be fixed through Taloshans from Tanya from the Itzchaya. It doesn't need to be fixed. It doesn't make it Rama. It descends from a high roof, and here the diak is Igra ba'alef, it starts with an aleph. The ma'ile base, higher than base, which we explained earlier, was Chachma. That Silush Alachin Yikras B'Shem Ramba, it's exalted beyond the Shtal Shalus. Where is this ascend? The Bira Mikta. So it's the sent Yeloi B'Shvil Atzmo, didn't not for itself. B'Shvil Sakin, it's Guv Never Shabam is. But to fix the Guv Never Shabam is Shazel, call the Sinam Mulchama, that's the Mulchama. Shahuva b'Gemara b'Yin Mavarach v'Yin Omein, which the Gemara uses as an analogy to explain both the Mavarach and the one who answers Omein. Shalom Neshama. This is the war of the Neshama. Imalu Umazel. So there's different battles. Shebaguf and Neveshebahamis. So this is that Silus and Elam Haza. That's the two baruchs. There's the beginning of the Milchama. V'Gemara b'Nitzachna Milchama. And then there's the conclusion of the ultimate victory. So what's the first milchama? The first milchama is in the Ilam Aruchni, here, right now, learning the Maimer davening. The first war is, well, first of all, is getting out of bed. Then it's davening. Then he has to learn the basic knesses, basic medrash. The Gemara says in brachas. From there, he goes from the shul, the house, from prayer to studying. Elisha calls it. This milchama is the first one, but it's not the ultimate, because it's still in the world of Torah mitzvahs. That is the milchama and elam atzilus. And then he has to engage the world. It's engaged the way of the world. That's the gemar. The call. Now it's not another war. Very important. The Kudi is saying in the next few words. So he hasn't got two battles. It's one battle. So what is it? When he's out there in the world and transforms it, then he davened. Then his davening was the davening. He's really meramas. The ikir is the davening and the learning. But the kiyum, but the call in Yom Shanasa David is hatfilah. The kiyum of his bepayel, of all of his aveda ruchnis, in other words, davening and learning. The dugmas kima bracha the HO-OINEH happens only when he's out there in the world and he transforms it. Then his aveda ruchnis, his neshama. The tachlis is the neshama, not the guf. But in order for the neshama to have its true connection, it has to be the gibodim yoridin, the gibodim, the mighty ones have to descend into the world and face the world with the nisyonis, and there, Beis Hama Nasati le'Esther. More detail. The Prat Yeshe said in more detail. In mitzad on the neshama, and Nasis Avei the Beis from Shalmani Midi Devakbola. The neshama is naturally hidden Medide Vakbola Hainu, Shavaydi Mitzad Pchinas HaGodol Shebeneshama. The level of Gerdel, again, drawing on the whole Purim model. So that's the level of Gerdel. Shalamayl B'Keiches Pnimiyim, which is higher than the conscious faculties of Seichel and Midas Shazel, Yibachol Ba'itcha. That's the Avodah B'Chol Ba'itcha, which means Mesiras Nefesh B'Avedas HaTfilah. So that's Avedas HaNeshama. That when he's davening has to be in a way of Mesiras Nefesh and so on. Yigias Nefesh and Yigias Basar, but Yigias Nefesh. Likewise, there's the Avodah B'Chol Ba'itcha of Godol in the Midat Torah. Where is the limit when he doesn't learn as an intellectual pursuit, but he learned because in the Baruch but Torah Tchila is invoking the Baruch again. That's the reason he's bringing here. The reason for Chuvim Bayis Rishon, because they didn't make a bracha in Torah before they learned. It's the Tur. So what's like Baruch about Torah Tchila? Didn't make the bracha when they learned Torah first. That where they were missing b'dimi mamshich the nice not Torah. That's learning Torah beligvul with a sense of awe. That's the Eibishter's Torah, and that means Pashat he pushes himself beyond his limit when he learns. So sheyesh to bezen nice not Torah. He learns in such a way that he's connecting in a conscious and transparent way to the giver of Torah Shulamayim Did Vakbola. Just beyond limits. So that's the Avodah HaBligvul in Avodah Ruchnis, Avodah of the Neshama, the Midat Tefillah and Torah. So the Kivin Shavaydi B'Chol Ma'itcha, since it's the ideal. His Avodah has been away B'Chol Ma'itcha B'Chol Midon B'Day Shemayid Lach. With every measure that God meets out, He serves him. So then. So if he's davening and learning the way it should be, so that's going to bring an eternity in every situation. Even as he's out there in the world, even he's out there as he's out there in the world, but even that he's engaging in man of the world, panos and so on, in matters of finance and money, which is actually it's one of the explanations the Gemara says with all your money. Meaning to say the B'chol Moitcha Ruchni has to manifest itself in B'chol Moitcha Gashmi. However, avoid the B'chol Moitcha Shlamani Devakbola. This avoid, which is blikvol tzricha li, is kshura gam im avoid mesuderes b'koiches pnimim. It can't just be blikvol hide and seichel. It's got to permeate the koiches pnimim. Bata tetzaveh, right? It's got to be b'chol levov, chavachol nafshecho, which is seichel and midas. Vad lakim, but then mitzvah begashmis, and it's got to manifest itself in the physical. Mitzvah shezeu in the Pesach bebaruch. So this is the Pesach bebaruch, that the avoid the bligvul of the neshama be channeled, wherein say the vadraga nishtalshul the beginnes hachachma shehi aschol es kechas pnimim. Chachma is the first of the conscious faculties. Elaboration now vinyim bezeh, yeah. Shakasher avoid ilalei say the avoid the toihu. So when is avoid is only toihu, the Rash, the Gewalt, and that's all it is. The Chassidim of Avram Kalisker. Shizeo Plishtim the Kedusha. This is Plishtim of Kedusha. Plishtim means open-ended, as in Movi Mefulish, an open-ended alleyway, which means Bligvul. So it's a Gevaldig Avoid of Toyu, however, Yochel Lovim is the Plishtim Dulamazeh, because it's not filtered in a way of Pnimiyah, so this can easily be derailed and end up plishtim of klipa. Plishtim explains in Torah why when they went out of Mitzrayim they didn't go the direct route, which was out as plishtim, because this is not the way the avodah can begin. Because Pen Yenochim, Mitzrayim, all collapse, and they'll return to Mitzrayim. They'll lose the battle with the Eitzahara. So there's got to be the avodah mesuderes. There's, like we explained in the mind of this, in this Verbrengen. Okay, we should stop here and tell a story. Yeah, it talks about
go weiter, and the people will start the next year with the story.
They're already joined. Steve's already joined. Okay, even though the avodah of longing and gewalt is a very high avodah, nichnas lifnai or lifnim, it's entering Kadesh HaKadoshim, referring to those going into the Pardes. Arbon to the Pardes, 4 entered Pardes. But what happened? Only Rabbi Kiva returned. But the rotzo itself has to be bakbola. How could the rotzo be bakbola? The whole definition of rotzo is that the gewalt. What's the akbola? Akbola is not about I want to connect to the bligvul. That's the akbola. It's can't be because of the mata. He wants to escape his limitation. It's because of the truth of Elikos. He's bottle. In brackets, clear the rotze. That's the akbola. It should not be because I want. Why shouldn't you want? Why shouldn't you want more than less? If you can get bligvul, you settle for gvul. So it's a bigger taiva. That's not the kavana. But rather, what does he want? He wants the truth of Elikos, not that he should have it. It's anonosif malchus, similarly. Even there's this battle. The rotz in the Elyon, that's the geval. So there has to be the rotzi, but the rotzi with the bittel, that's a nichnes b'sholem. That's why Rabbi Kiva was yotze b'sholem, because the chatchila, his rotzi was not about his desire for transcendence, but rather to be expressive of the transcendent truth of the Eibishter should be revealed in him, because that's the Eibishter wants. And if it's not going to be this Akbola, so what happens to the three of them? There was all it all went sour. If you start with the Avodah Plishtim, then the people will regret and they'll return to Mitzrayim. It means partially because if the whole drive is this desire to break out of all boundaries and transcendence, well, when something else presents itself, it's also without Hakbalas, it's just as attractive. No. So it's Klip and Taivas, but so what? He wants the experience of the high. So not the high in Kedusha, it'll be the high in Klip. It's a quick and easy deflection. Why? Because the whole desire is the desire for a high. That's the chsaron. So that's you're saying it has to be the Akbal of the Rotzai. To be continued, and that was the chsaron, that was the problem of the Bnei Ar.